What's up, Mystic Manifesting family? Today, what we're going to talk about detachment because it kind of goes off the last video I was just talking about. So let's talk about detachment and why you get your desires. So detachment is one of my favorite things, right? Detachment is not quitting; it's walking in faith. So you're so faithful that something's going to happen. And a lot of times it's accidentally. It's like, no, I quit trying to manifest this, and then all of a sudden you got it. It's like, hey, I quit. Now I got it. How'd that happen? Well, it's because you've put in the work. Usually the people who quit, it's because they are going balls to the wall. They're sitting down every night before bed. They're visualizing what they want. They're taking it to sleep with them. They're waking up grateful for it. They're doing stat sessions. They're scripting day and night. Now you don't have to fucking go all day long, but if it works and it puts you in the state and it's like you're dominantly in the state of having your desired reality all the time, you're going balls to the wall on it. But then you look up and it's not here yet. Or you're trying to figure out how it happens, which how is none of your fucking business. But you're looking up, how is this going to work out in my favor? Where is it at? You're looking for all these things, then you're just like, what the fuck? I've done all this stuff. You know, Nick over at Mystic Manifesting bullshit, Neville's bullshit, all this stuff's bullshit. I quit manifesting, whatever. And then guess what? You relax. And then you're not even worried about your desire anymore. Because if you had your desire, you wouldn't be worried about it. You want your SP, your specific person. Well, if you were dating them and you had them, you're not going to be thinking about them all goddamn day, but you did enough work before to impress yourself. You had your whole honeymoon phase and your dating phase and everything throughout all your visualization, scripting, and everything like that. You already had all that experience. Now you're just relaxed and you're in the end state of dating. So what happens? The 3D reality has to catch up now. So you're going to start getting all the things that you visualized first, and it's going to unravel. And guess what? Fast forward 2, 3 months, you're going to be in that relaxed state of like, yeah, we're already dating. She's in the other room. I'm over here making videos, right? Like that's where you're going to get to. So you don't need to stress yourself the fuck out trying to go balls to the wall, which when you're learning, it's fine. I've done it before and it's worked in my favor. A lot of people have done it. It's worked in their favor. But that detachment, you're accidentally replicating faith because you're just burned out and tired. You're letting your mind relax and have the faith and trust that it's coming accidentally. So that's what happens when you quit. That's detaching in a way. But usually it's like, 1 or 2 weeks of doing techniques, it's like, man, I feel really good. I really don't feel like I need to do them. Or you're doing the techniques less and less. Why? Because you're starting to trust and have faith and you just know it's going to unfold. And it's like, I don't feel the need to do it. Whereas when you don't have it, you really feel the need. I got to do this. I got to do this because I'm worried. Okay, cool. Well, now all the worry goes away because you feel good. You feel happy. It's like every time you think about this desire or whatever you're thinking about, this person, this desire, this job, whatever it is, whenever you think about it, you just feel happy and relaxed. So you're cool, calm, and collected. It doesn't fucking matter, right? So that's the actual detachment. Detachment isn't quitting, it's walking in faith. And I wanted to talk about what I mentioned in the last video. A lot of people are like, you know what? I'm quitting manifesting. Just like, well, they just found these videos and discovered, oh, here's what law of assumption is. Here's what law of attraction is. Here's manifesting. And they're like, wow, I want to try that. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You've been doing it your whole goddamn life because the title, law of assumption. If I gave this video to Gary to edit, or if I chose to do it myself, I would put law of assumption right there. But I'm not going to do that because I'm lazy. That's my assumption, but I'm sticking to it. But the law of assumption, whatever you assume to be true of a person or a desire or yourself is true. It has to be true because you assumed it so. Your assumptions create your reality. That is what the law of assumption is. And whatever you want to have in your life, they say you're attracting it into your life, which is the law of attraction. Those are why these names are used. A law of attraction, it's its own thing, but roughly they're the same principle. That's more like, oh, think positive and positive happens. That's the very general. Law of assumption is very specific, kind of. I've done a video on it before in the past, but both have their elements to them that are important. But let's stay on topic because I like to get off topic. You know, whatever you assume to be true is true, and all throughout your life, you're like, man, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Or you had a quick thought about somebody and then, hey, they appeared in your reality. All these things happen in your life because you assumed they were going to happen. You've been making assumptions about things your entire fucking life. And then the things have played out and you're almost never surprised because it's like, I expected that. Or when you are surprised, if you go back and trace out your thoughts, it's like, well, I was pretty negative back then. And you know what? Deep down, I think I was expecting that every time. I could go back in my life, every good and bad thing, I could see it. And once you know this, it's like the blue pill, red pill matrix thing. You cannot unknow this. So now that you're here watching this video, because you've probably watched a bunch of other videos, or maybe this is your first video, but now that you know, You can't unknow it. So when people say, you know what, I think I'm done with manifesting, I quit it. You want to know what you're quitting? You're quitting forcing yourself to be positive. Because when you break through that barrier, it is a lot easier for human beings to be negative and pessimistic. That is our nature because it is a survival instinct. This has happened in the past, so I'm going to assume that the future is going to be like this, so that way I can protect myself from those bad things happening to me again in the future. But really, you are creating those bad things to happen again. I've seen this happen before, and I'm scared of it. So you're operating out of scaredness. You're operating out of fear and assuming that more bad things are going to come. So you're afraid of them, but you're preparing and putting your guards up. Whatever you prepare for, what are you doing? You're seeking it. You're seeking it. Whatever you seek, you find, right? What you seek, you find. What you expect, you get. What you assume, you will have. So the law of assumption is always working. So, there's the line in the old Chinese text, the Tao Te Ching. Those who carry weapons will be in the most fights. So that's the thing, I live in Chicago, right? It's like if I was always carrying a weapon, there was a time when like they had all the riots and stuff going on, and I'm like, oh man, I should go get a weapon and be carrying it all the time. You're almost looking for it, even like in martial arts. It's like I trained a little bit of it. Nothing. I'm not going to go say I'm Bruce Lee or nothing, but I had trained for a while, and the instructor there said, as a guy who came from the military background and he's into fighting and stuff, he's like, I don't carry a weapon because if you carry it, especially as a young guy, there's a chance you're going to use it. You're younger, you're more confrontational. Everything's, why does it happen when you're young too? Everything's kind of new to you. You're experiencing everything for the first time. When you're older, it's kind of like, I've seen this before. It's not going to get as crazy as it is. But if you're young, you're shaky, you're just kind of like, oh, maybe I'll have to use this. It's going to get right to that level. And I'm kind of breaking off the point, but you're expecting and fearing things. Fear is a motherfucker, and it will disguise itself in a lot of ways. Anger, jealousy, hatred, not forgiving. Like the hate or fear will disguise itself as anything but fear to make it seem more powerful than it really is. But fear is a powerful motherfucker that can stop you from stuff. So when you say, I'm done manifesting, it means I'm done trying to be positive with my life. I'm just going to, I'm a realist. A realist is a pessimist in disguise. Let's be real. Let's be real about it. A realist is a pessimist in fucking disguise. So let's just try to be fucking positive. What do you have to lose other than feeling good? Even if you don't believe in manifesting, what do you have to gain or what do you have to lose by just saying, I'm going to expect the best? What happens? And then the bad thing happens. Oh man, I wish I wasn't thinking positive the whole time because then I would have seen this coming. What's the difference? If it was going to happen, it was going to happen. And half the time, when you learn to change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So when a bad thing, quote unquote, happens, it's not really a bad thing. That bad thing that you would call a bad thing leads you to a good thing because everything's a good thing. If everything has no meaning and you give it the only meanings around, you give meaning to everything. If you find the good in everything, life is always good and it's always a good thing. You wonder how a quote unquote bad situation is working out in your favor. Like I said, everything's working out in your favor. You will find a way that it works out in your favor. You're looking for solutions. You're looking for positivity. You will find it. What you seek, you find. It's a very simple formula, but let's stick to it. All right. I don't want to hear any of this. And I talked about it in another video, this fucking negativity when, people are like, well, sell me on the law of assumption. I'm not going to sell you on shit. You're on the channel. You want to know about it, then fucking listen to what I'm saying or don't listen to what I'm saying because I'm not going to waste my time. Like it gets frustrating at times. I'm cool. I'm patient. I'm not one of these coaches who's going to yell at people, but I'm just telling you, don't waste your money on coaching if you're going to come in there trying to get sold on. I don't know. Is this real? Yeah, it's real if you believe it. Everything that you believe is true. Whatever you assume to be true will be true. That's the law of assumption. And that's what I'm operating out of. That's what you're operating out of. If you choose not to believe it, then you're just choosing to live in a negative lifestyle. Then you go ahead and live that, but don't bring that energy to me. And if you are feeling negative, that's fine. I'm going to pull you out of it. Just like when I'm feeling negative, I surround myself with good people who make sure they pull me out of it. That's why I'm doing a lot of the vlogs and stuff over at Muscular Mystic because it's like I'm going to pull myself out of that shit because I have to report on the channel and I have to be somebody. So I have to put myself in that state. I'm holding myself accountable. So hold yourself accountable. Find a good group or a good core group of positive people. Hold each other accountable. It's possible. The shit is real. If it wasn't real, why the fuck would I be on here? And say, oh, it's about the money. Look at my fucking Calendarly. I'm not even barely booked up. I'm not booked up at all. So look at that. If it's about the money, then I would be fucking rich. It's about passing on a fucking positive ass message. It's about helping each other. Like I said, we're all in this together. We're all motivating each other. You know, it's the Mystic Manifesting family. And if you're new here, welcome. And you know, we hope you hang around. We hope you add value to the community and you gain value from the community. So it's like trying to create a positive atmosphere for people. If you're negative, then you're just going to keep being negative and you're going to find negative people to surround yourself with, and that's how your life's going to be. So with that, stay positive, keep supporting each other, keep supporting yourself, supporting other people in your life. It's all working out in your favor. You can't fuck it up. What you seek, you find. Seek the best. All right, love you guys, and see you in the next one.